Hi! I fixed it. I also fixed some other stuff. Namely the, what's it called? The overlay. The cutout in the overlay for the game. Whatever you would call that. I got that working, kinda. What is it called? I don't remember the actual term. The mask. That's what it's called. That's what it's called. The one that, I can't remember. Was it Kylo? No, it was Ash. Ash made the cutout. Right? Right? Am I remembering that right? Hold on. Let's check. Who actually sent me that? No, it was Ash. It was Ash. Speaking of, holy shit, my phone is nearly dead. Throw that on there to charge while we're doing this. Alrighty. All right. All right. Oh, wait, what? Oh. Okay, there we are. Ta-da! All right, now we can pick back up where we left off. So we just met Red. Yeah.
My mom and I stayed here years ago when I was just a little girl. The room looks exactly the same. Every morning, they'd come and take my mom away. I remember crying here alone.
Aerith, before we break out of here, talk to us. There's so much we don't know.
I'm a descendant of the ancients. That's pretty much it, really. Oh, but just so you know, that's not their actual name. They called themselves the Cetra.
We who were born of the planet, with her we speak, her flesh we shape. Unto her promised land shall we one day return. By her loving grace and providence, may we take our place in paradise.
You know it.
Yeah, well, honestly, I thought that part was just a fairy tale.
Shinra thinks it's true. They've been searching for the promised land for a long time.
Yeah, they're
and they must
kind of
think
obsessed
you can
with
lead
it.
them to it. Can you?
Nope. Someday, maybe, I'll find it in me. But now, not even if I wanted to.
Even if you could, that land belongs to the... I mean, to you and your people. Shinra's after it because they believe it's rich in Mako. Mako they've got no right to claim. But they'll try to take it anyway, won't they? Greedy bastards will never stop.
I like Barrett.
Okay, new plan. Y'all take Aerith and get the hell out of here. Me, I'm gonna go bust some Shinra heads.
Barrett.
Barrett.
Wait. You can't do that.
Oh, great. These assholes again. Probably some Shinra science experiment.
Whispers. Perhaps best described as arbiters of fate. They are drawn to those who attempt to alter destiny's course and ensure they do not.
Like capital D? Destiny?
The flow of the great river that is the planet, from inception to oblivion.
And you're saying that that flow is somehow fixed?
Yes, for it is the will of the planet itself.
Oh.
So if we're destined for a bleak future, these whispers will try to keep us on that course? Now wait just a damn minute. How in the hell can you possibly know any of that? Spouting that cryptic stuff, which could all be bullshit. I mean, ain't you a Shinra lab rat or dog?
I'm not a rat dog. When Aerith reached out to me, I found this knowledge of the Whispers.
Listen to me. Please.
Aerith.
The Shinra Electric Power Company isn't the real enemy. It started with them, sure, but I promise you, there's a much bigger threat.
What would
I
that be?
just want to do everything in my power to help. All of you. And the planet.
Aerith, what are you not telling us?
I'm lost in a maze, and every step is taking me further from the path. Every time the whispers touch me, I lose something, a part of myself. Follow them, the yellow flowers.
It's okay. We'll find a way out together.
Friends.
Okay.
That was a lot of story drop I was not expecting immediately after startup. Hello? Oh, I can move again.
Aha! There you are. Rick, what are you doing, man? Hey guys, long time no see.
Wedge?
You're here?
Hi, buddy.
You shouldn't be up and moving.
I'm feeling much better thanks to Elmira's cooking. But that's not what I wanted to talk to you about. Listen, any moment now.
What was that? An explosion?
Anomalous tremors and temperature
HQ's running the show this time. They're raising hell to try and flush out the president. This complicates matters. That explosion just now put the whole building on high alert.
Non-essential staff are to evacuate.
So now
Oh.
we're trapped in here?
Engaging lockdown protocol.
No need to panic, little lady. See? You can still move freely within Hojo's laboratory. Find a way to the roof. An avalanche chopper will come to extract you.
HQ's bailing us out? I doubt it. Not after all the shit we've pulled.
I asked them really nicely. Like super duper nicely.
Thanks,
Sure
Wedge.
you did, bud.
Just get to the roof, okay?
I didn't ask him to do any of that.
Yeah, well, I'm glad he did.
Yeah, that's our ticket out of here.
I'm gonna still chew him out for it later.
Aerith has joined the party. Right? Why can I not
we gotta get to the
run?
roof, right?
And we can use the same elevator that Hojo did.
There we go. Now I can run.
That elevator, was it this way?
Yes, his odor still lingers.
Oh, that's not it. Do. Ah, this one.
What happened here?
The little ones in the pods. Where did they go?
It stinks in here.
Back there.
Now what do we do?
One thing we can.
What is that? That fucking Ridley? Not quite, but may as well be.
Someone's picking a fight.
So go give him one already.
Way ahead of you. Here we go. It's over.
Ah. There we go.
That's that.
There we are.
Nice job. What? Shit! What the hell, Red?
Nice job. Whips his hand with his fire tail. The fuck, man? Let's see. Is there anything that I'm gonna miss by not doing this? Alright. I can buy shit. Don't really need anything though. I mean, sure, I'll full heal for free. Even though I didn't lose any health in that fight. But I don't see any item boxes. Nope. Alright. Then it's probably safe to just go ahead and keep going. Anything behind here? Nope.
Let's go.
Right.
Feather? What does a black feather mean? It's a Sephiroth! Sephiroth!
Hell is this place?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Shinra's dark secret.
What I wouldn't give to burn it all down. But we need to get to the roof.
Hi, Ash. Hello. How are you doing?
What is that?
Genova.
What's Genova? Why is it making my head open up wide and cause pain?
Mother, together we will reclaim our world.
It's a Sephiroth. Oh, can they see him too?
Tell me, is it really you?
And you guys know about this apocalyptic cut? They call him such a Jehovah's Witness. Hi Yuki, how you doing?
Don't deny.
We're gonna be going on an ad break in just a minute.
Embrace me.
Oh shit.
A touching.
Badass moment. Oh, that is a fall.
Very, very good. And thus is the hypothesis proven correct.
Huh?
I can only hope you will continue not to disappoint.
Huh? What hypothesis were you testing? How were you testing it, actually? You weren't there. You were just sitting in a room watching a screen.
I'd better hurry.
Hurry where?
Test subject pods? Guess I can use these.
Oh, that's one way to get across. Oh, wait, I'm not leaving a chest or anything. I am so terrified I'm going to leave a chest behind or something. I've already left some material behind because I just couldn't figure out how to get to it in a reasonable amount of time. I didn't want to retrek an entire giant map to do it.
Tough, but doable.
Oh.
That's that.
There we go. I love how this conveniently made a path for me to follow. Alright. We are going to go on ad break basically in like 20 seconds. So we're going to do that real quick. And, oop, I need this. So we know what to set it to. And we will be right back. We're back. There was a comic pointing this out. Most mad scientists don't have hypotheses. They don't have control groups. They don't do statistical analysis. They're not mad scientists, just mad engineers. You know what? You're not wrong. Oh my lord. Alrighty. Where's my controller? There it is. One thing I want to do is, I can't find anything about it, but does anyone remember the
Thanks.
Red 13 has joined your party as a guest member. He will fight alongside you in battle, but he's not a controller. He's not a controllable character. He will not appear in the main menu, and his equipment and other settings cannot be changed.
No holding back. Enough.
There we go.
You okay?
Yeah. Where are the others?
Nowhere close.
Let's go.
This might go to show my my age a little bit, but does anyone remember Nate Wants to Battle, who is still to this day my favorite music artist, because he has retired from being a professional musician.
What is it?
What the fuck? Oh. Ooh. Okay.
If we flip that switch, we can get to the other side.
I may be able to do that.
You sure?
Yes. Will this do the trick?
Bingo. But Nate has retired from being a professional musician and has a new moniker that is doing stuff just casually, just when he feels like making it, under Netohan. This doesn't look like Monster Hunter Wilds. I would hope not.
For how long?
Ow.
No escape.
Okay, so we gotta shoot them with magic and then break them. You think I would have figured this out by now? But anyway, Date's put out new music under Netohan. And he's got, like, instrumental versions of all his music, and I kind of want to use them on stream as, like, the VRB music. But I don't know what his streaming rights for them on. So I don't want to use them, and then immediately get my YouTube channel copyright claimed. Rig my arms? No, I don't have a good setup for it. It's not that I can't do it, it's that I don't have a way to position the camera well. More so than anything. That is a robot. Yeah. Ow. Nope. Thunder. That's what I want. Spells. Thunder. Designed to see some love for Linux and open source software in the VSeeFace. Also, nice work on the subtitles. I didn't even think about... I don't know about Final Fantasy, but Leroy Action, hello, welcome. Oh my god, I'm getting my ass handed to me by this thing. Oh, it's dead. Never mind.
Hey, you okay?
I mean, I was totally kicking its ass. Yeah, definitely.
If you say so.
No, but to be fair, Final Fantasy games,
First, we find Tifa
getting some Tana.
Then we head for the roof. Should be an elevator somewhere.
I don't know donk about Final Fantasy, but I wanted to drop by to show some support. Fuck yeah.
Let's go.
I haven't played a lot of Final Fantasy games myself. I have played... The only game that I've played to quote-unquote completion is the base game, A Realm Reborn of Final Fantasy XIV, the MMO. Go hunt monsters in the wild? No, the game is de novo. I'm not buying games with de novo anymore. I've had my internet go out multiple times and made it to where I literally can't play single-player games, and I'm fucking done with it. If a game has de novo, I'm just not buying it anymore. Uh-oh. Should we be concerned about that?
The door seems to have locked. No going back.
But, yeah, no, that de novo, that's the same reason why I haven't bought the new Yakuza game. The Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, which looks like so much fun. Yakuza games have de novo now, so I'm not buying them anymore. You can play the game without internet, actually? No, you cannot. Nope. If you disconnect your internet and you haven't activated the game, it won't let you play it. Or if your activation expires, which I think it expires like every 4 to 5 days, it has to re-verify. That's Newsbeat. That's how de novo works. Every single game with de novo requires that. Despite the game otherwise being completely offline, de novo will not let you start the game until it connects to its de novo activation server. And you have to do that every, like, 3 days to 2 weeks, depending on how the devs implement it. And for some fucking reason, Japanese developers are obsessed with putting de novo in every single release. Thankfully, Square has been better about it. They'll put it in some games, but they'll remove it, like,
I think there's something over there.
a few months later, which is fine. But like this, the Final Fantasy VII Remake games, they've been launching without de novo. Final Fantasy 16 had de novo at launch, but they've since removed it, so I may end up getting 16. I downloaded the demo now that it doesn't have de novo, and I can run it decently well. It's not fantastic or anything, but then again, I'm not aiming for like 4K or anything. What are we supposed to do? Oh. Right, can it? There we go. I hate how I have to angle the camera just right to interact.
Hello.
You okay in there?
No need to worry. We're fine. But what do we do now? I don't see any way out of this room.
Can you all hear me?
Oh no.
Hojo.
So, tell me, how are you finding the drop? You know it's filled with the most advanced technology in Midgar, if not the entire world. You should feel honored to see it firsthand. You'll also...
But yeah, Denuvo sucks, and it ruins gaming, and I hate it, and I won't buy games with it anymore.
What? When all the pieces are in place, I will open the door to the third ward. Perhaps you can help me with the necessary preparations. Given that you're already in the perfect position to do so, I look forward to data both invaluable and instrumental.
Necessary preparations? What the hell is this asshole talking about?
Can't we just ignore him and keep going?
I'm afraid not. If I know Hojo, he won't let us out until we indulge his request for data.
You said something about a ward.
Hope's a good reason to buy old Monster Hunter then.
Pretty sure I saw a
I've
door
got
going upstairs somewhere.
World.
check it
Which
out?
one? Hold on, which one do I have? Yes, I've got Monster Hunter World, but that's it. But I just... Yeah, switch parties.
You two will be on your own. Be careful.
Thanks. We will.
But I mean, I've played a little bit of it, and I just can't get into it because there's not really much of a story. Which is my big thing with games, is that I need a story to keep playing. I can't just play on a gameplay loop.
Really weird lately. More than usual.
True, but it's Cloud. I'm sure he'll be fine. But what about you, Tifa? How are you holding up?
Huh? Oh.
Because I need a combination of both good gameplay and an interesting story. I can't have just one or the other. If the story is good enough and it has like mods, I can force the game to be stupid easy just to get through the story. But if the gameplay is just bad and not fun to play, it doesn't matter how good the story is. I'm not playing the game.
The third ward, right?
Think so, but it looks like the door's locked.
There has to be something we can do. Let's look around.
Funny enough, Wilds actually has a good story unlike other Monster Hunter titles. Yeah, I've heard they started doing. I've heard World actually started the trend of kind of having a story, which is why I decided to give it a shot.
Look! Now they can get across too!
We should let Cloud know.
Give me that. Oh, if you played Horizon, it has a story mode, which is awesome. Like Horizon Zero Dawn? Or is there another game called Horizon? Yellow, hi, how you doing, Amelie? Horizon Zero Dawn. I know of the game. One of my buddies, she really likes it. But they just did a remaster of it, didn't they? Yeah, they delisted the original. Which I think is fucking stupid. Because I've looked at the remaster and the original side by side, and they look exactly the fucking same. There was literally zero difference. The remaster adds graphical improvements? No, it doesn't. It looks exactly the fucking same. It's just harder to run now. I hate when they do the thing, they unlist the original when the remaster release comes out. Yeah, Sonic did that. Sonic Generations got delisted when Sonic Generations X Shadow released. Which the problem with that is the new Sonic Generation X Shadow has de novo DRM, so I'm not going to buy it. And also, all of the mods for Sonic Generation were made for the original version. They don't work with the new version. Common physical media W, I get. It's PC. There is no physical media. Physical media is dead on PC. What are you talking about? They oops? They're selling big box games. The only way I can get it is you can buy Horizon Zero Dawn and Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered Upgrade. I am going to wishlist that because this is the version I actually want. I don't want the remaster because I literally can't tell the difference. It looks exactly the fucking same. Like, the changes they made is like, oh, if you zoom in super close, you could see a couple bit more detail on this patch of cloth that you should never be zooming in on. GG sells it on remastered? Hey, I'm gonna get it there then. Like, I've got Final Fantasy 13, which I should play. I still need to finish Metaphor ReFantasio, which, thank God Atlas fucked up on Metaphor. So Metaphor ReFantasio has de novo DRM, but Atlas made a whoopsie that is kind of hilarious. But also just kind of depressing.
Cloud, can you hear me? We found the door to that ward
They,
he was talking
the
about,
demo
but
of the
it's locked and
game
we can't get it
was
open.
just the game with a time limit.
About those
And they
preparations
released the
Hojo mentioned
demo without
before.
de novo. And someone found how to mod the game to remove the time limit, so you get the full game.
We were fiddling with some sort of control panel. Do you see a way to get across now?
So technically, you can get a version of Metaphor ReFantasio that doesn't have de novo. It's just an unofficial copy. But I'm fine with that, because I bought that game twice. I bought that game the day it came out on PC, And then I bought it a couple months later as a gift for my best friend because it was on his wish list, so I grabbed it for him as well. Because it's such a good RPG. I'm so glad that there is, even if it is technically piracy, I am so glad there is a version without Denuvo that you can get an offline installer for, even if it's unofficial. Because I do not want that game to ever disappear. It is so well made. So why do you need to buy? I don't need to buy it. I already bought it. But the version I bought has Denuvo DRM, so it won't work without the internet, despite being a single-player, completely offline game. But because someone managed to hack the full game into the demo, which they accidentally released without Denuvo, you can get a version of the game via piracy that doesn't have Denuvo and will work offline indefinitely. Which is good. That's what I want for game preservation. So, like, I bought the game. I paid $70 for Metaphor ReFantazio on Steam. I then paid $70 for Metaphor ReFantazio a second time because I bought it for a friend as well. I think I should be... I do not have a moral issue with using a pirated version of the game so that I can play it completely offline for the game I already bought and paid for. Because that's my big thing, is that
we'll make our way to the central terminal.
I can have my internet go out and my power still be fine, but if all my games require internet, whether they're online or single player, then I'm fucked. And that's so stupid. Everyone flipped out about this when Xbox tried to do this a couple of years back on the Xbox Series, or the Xbox One X.
Experiments in this facility involve the enhancement of life forms and machines through the application of Genova biological data. Hojo's plan is to pit his subjects against us, thereby facilitating their growth.
So this asshole thinks he can beat us like his experiments.
I know what fate awaits these
It was worse when you can buy the game for PS3 and then you have to buy it for PS4 because they're non-compatible. Oh no, that's just because the PS3 and the PS4 are completely different architectures. That is a limitation with how code runs on the hardware. A PS4 is not just a PS3 with more power behind it. It's a completely different device. I still can't believe publishers are on this BS. Well, I assume it's the publishers anyway. Oh yeah, it's especially bad with Japanese developers. Square Enix does it, Atlas does it, Sega does it, Capcom does it. Like, there is not a single major Japanese developer that doesn't use Denuvo. Every single one of them does. PS3 is PowerPC, right? I believe so, yes. I believe the PS3 is PowerPC CPU, so what, like, the old Macs used. And then the PS4 switched to x86, which is the same architecture that modern PCs use.
Give me a break.
Because the way backwards compatibility works is there's technically there's three methods. There's three ways to do it. You can have hardware compatibility, where your new console has also the hardware from the previous console. There's emulation, where you're running an emulator, but you need to have significant power to do that. And then there's translation layers, which is how stuff like I'm running this game right now, because this is a Windows game, I'm running on Linux. Oop. Ah, fuck, shit, fuck. What is this wind bullshit? There we go. The only reason we're implementing it is to predict the first week sale. Yeah. Everything past that first week Denuvo makes no difference.
Not bad.
And this has been proven because the issue is that companies think that potential sales are the same thing as lost sales. The Xbox ran into the same issues. OG Xbox is x86-32 and the 360 was PowerPC, and the Xbox One was back to x86, but it was 64-bit. And originally didn't support multi-lib. Wait, it was 64-bit but didn't support multi-lib? What the fuck? Xbox is such a weird platform because they're all technically running modified Windows, but really strange modifications of Windows that are almost unrecognizable. So like the Xbox 360, its graphics API was DirectX, but it was like this weird DirectX 10.5 where it was DirectX 10 but with some stuff from DirectX 11 as well.
Wait a sec. Weren't the girls right by the door to the third ward?
There are 4 switches. 1 for each ward.
Okay, so we need to figure out how to get them over here first.
Off I go.
Yeah, Denuvo sucks, and I'm just not buying games with it anymore. I am terrified that Square Enix is gonna put it in,
There's no control panel. We don't have the means to go this way.
The Xbox One was the first Xbox to actually use Windows. The OG 360 didn't actually run Windows. It used custom OS built on top of the NT kernel, some other Microsoft. Yeah, it's what I mean. When I say run Windows, I mean it's running the Windows kernel. None of them are running actual Windows. Because it wasn't until like 2 years ago that Microsoft Xbox remembered, oh yeah, we own Windows as well. What was I gonna say? But yeah, my worst fear is that Square Enix is gonna release Kingdom Hearts 4 with Denuvo. Which I would absolutely hate that so much because I don't have a PS5 or whatever platform it's gonna release on. Well, they also couldn't get Vista to perform right, if I remember correctly, which is why they didn't actually use Windows. I don't know why I swapped parties. Which, you know, was not an incompetent adventure for the Vista era. From what I've seen, Vista actually isn't bad. It was just everything that shipped it was way too underpowered for it. And that was the real problem. It's just that every single machine that came with it by default was significantly underpowered. Like, if Vista had launched running on hardware like what was shipping with Windows 7, then it wouldn't have been nearly as bad. Still not great. But the performance was mostly bad because it was on constantly underpowered hardware. Damn it. How do I get you girls out of here? Am I crazy? No, there's no one else to run. Can't go anywhere this way. I can't go in here. I can go back here, but there's nothing in here. Okay, so is there somewhere that Cloud has to go to open that? Which leads to the question, shouldn't OS upgrades make the OS faster instead of slower? It never made sense to me. Yes and no. So it can make it faster by optimizing, but also updates tend to add stuff, which adding stuff means more stuff is running, which means you need better hardware to run more stuff at the same level of performance. Oh, wait. I bet if I pull this.
Transfusion procedure complete.
Yeah, that's what it is. Am I crazy? In general, yes. Right now specifically, probably, yeah.
You need to warn the others. Tell them to be careful. Very careful.
Tifa, you there? We accessed the central terminal. The door should be unlocked now.
Now we can swap out.
Any one of Hojo's twisted creations could be in that ward. Be careful.
We will. See you in a bit.
Okay. What are we fighting?
Gotcha.
I'm sure this will go well.
We could always run away,
Whoa!
right?
Hello! Surprise! I like how Tifa fights.
That's the way to do it.
What is this place for?
There's a sadness.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Gimme this. Gimme this. But no, Horizon Zero Dawn is definitely a game that I've been meaning to get my hands on. Oh no. That's gross and disgusting. Oh yay, more of them.
Nothing's gonna stop me. Bingo! Bring it!
Oh! Hold still. Let me fight you.
Give him your all. That's it. It's over.
Bloodhounds. Because they're covered in blood. And now I'm sad. I don't like having to fight dogs.
Just go away. Come on. Give him your all. You done for it. This one's for you. Bring it. Finish him off. Too late. Gotcha. Bingo. Keep it one more shot.
I don't like having to fight dogs. This medical equipment? There's monsters outside this door.
Gotcha.
Oh, what the fuck?
Let's do this. Get him. That's it. Gotcha. Come on.
Staggered. Beat your ass, beat your ass, beat your ass. There we go.
Moving on then.
Nope. Oh, how much further? Okay, it looks like we're getting good progress. Right? Yeah, maybe.
Look. Let's get across with those.
With what? Oh, the pipes? Also, when are you going to install Gen 2? Is it a Patreon tier or something? Never. Jesus, Tifa. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs.
Did we wake him up?
Yeah, looks like it.
Stop it!
Damn it. Fuck. How? Fuck you. Oh, there we go. There we go. Mama, ever say never. I'm not going to do something that I'm not going to enjoy. I don't use Linux because I like fucking around with my system. I use Linux because Windows sucks. Instead of it's already constantly broken, Gen 2 would basically kill its stream complete. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I don't use Linux because I like to tinker with my system. I use it because Windows constantly does bullshit that I absolutely can't stand. Oh, Aerith, let me through, damn it. Like requiring an online account. That's a load of bullshit. I'm paranoid enough now that I'm on Bazite, immutable as heck, but both drivers. I won't use an immutable distro. I won't go that far.
Is this really the exit?
Tinkering is just a perk if you're into that sort of thing. Might actually teach him how to fix this instead of...
Really do.
Since making it faster than reinstalling. I'm not saying I don't tinker with it. I'm saying that's not the reason why I use it. Because, yeah, fixing it is usually faster than reinstalling, depending on the problem. If it's like a really deep level issue, sometimes reinstalling is faster.
I won't give up.
Ow, fuck. Oh god, this is... Oh no. Sir, you misunderstand my typical level of frickery. Reinstallation is almost always the go-to for me. Linux is a free thing you made out of scrap metal. You need to be really good at tinkering to use it. No, not really. Ow, fuck. My Saturday D&D group, all of our, I got us all a bunch of dedicated laptops because they were free. They're all running Linux Mint, and everyone can use them just fine. Ow, fuck. Still haven't gotten Suspend to work on my laptop. Suspends are fucking weird. Ow, fuck. Ow, fuck off. Oh, man, for starters, Linux is the GOAT. I honestly think that the ideal starter distro is not default Mint, but Mint KDE with Wayland. If they're on like a gaming setup. Just so that more advanced features like variable refresh rate and HDR and stuff are working out of the box, because Cinnamon still can't do those. Ow, fuck off. Ow, fuck off. I don't have any lightning spells on you. Or thunder, I mean. I've got them on Cloud and Barret. Aerith, I would really appreciate if you would, like, hit this.
That's a win.
There we go.
You think now the others can get across too?
I mean, that's the hope. IMO, the best starter distro is the one you install first. The best starter distro is not fucking Arch.
Hey, Cloud? We used the control panel here a little while ago, so you should be able to get to the other side. Can you check?
Roger that. I'm getting pretty bored anyway.
I think basically anything that's based on Ubuntu is a pretty good starter distro, just because there's so much online documentation and forums for Ubuntu. I give Mint a pass because this team is awesome with their direction, but I despise Debian and its entire family tree. Well, it's the one that everything's based off of, so it's gonna be the one that I'm gonna recommend. I know a few people that managed to start with Arch. Oh, I do too, like Brody. But Brody is also a madman for doing that, and also says that you shouldn't do it.
Transfusion procedure complete. Commencing test of augmented research specimen.
Okay, let's put a thunder on you. I don't have another lightning. Hence the meme. By the way, I know I use Arch. Fair, I've just had a huge problem, so I almost beat Quit Linux, tried Void Linux, and almost every Linux problem vanished immediately. Yeah, I'm on Nobara. I used Pop! OS, and that was the one that worked for me. Every time I tried something else, it would go wrong, but then Pop! OS went LTS, which I don't like LTS. It takes too long for updates. So I swapped to Nobara, because that was the one that ended up working. And granted, with what I know now, I could probably be fine on just, like, vanilla Fedora, because I know how to fix the setbacks that vanilla Fedora would have for my use case. But Nobara has them fixed for me out of the box, so that's easier.
Hojo's experiments.
That's literally the only reason I use Nobara over Fedora, is that it's just Fedora with saner defaults. Granted, I don't like all the defaults in Nobara. GE, Glorious Eggroll, has constant issues with Firefox for some reason, and as a result, he is making it to where Brave is probably going to be the default browser in Nobara, which I don't like. I personally hate Brave, and I've never had a problem with Firefox.
Wasn't planning on it.
Enjoying your experience.
Why don't you come down here and ask me? Bring in the heat.
Barrett, I don't think you're gonna hit him.
Before you get any ideas, you should know this glass is bulletproof. No discernible changes after contact. Most fascinating.
Hey, we ain't done yet.
Barrett, we're not going to get him from here.
It seems we have no choice.
Is this where I'm supposed to go? Ooh, hello. Gimme chest. Astral cuff. Pop was what I mained for a considerable time until bad publicity from LTT forced the use of pulse audio. My bane, my nemesis and enemy, steering clear of Debian, and pulses kept me sane. Wait, how did the bad publicity from LTT force the use of pulse audio? Pop swapped to Pipewire years ago. And the problem LTT had was a bug in Steam that was patched like the day after it happened. They literally just had that recorded on the one day it had a problem like that. Yeah, no, my only issue with Pop! OS is that they're on LTS while they're working on Cosmic, and I don't like LTS distros. What are we fighting? Oh, that's what we're fighting. Hello. This one doesn't stagger. That's annoying. Ow. Shortly after that, Pop began preventing the uninstallation of core packages without considerable headache. I couldn't figure it out at the time. Yeah, no, they started doing that so that you wouldn't be able to break it. Because if you remove a core dependency, it breaks everything. Which makes total sense for the kind of distro that Pop is.
For the next step.
It's like, hey, we want this to be a system that people can use and it not just immediately break. Under having to stop, pulse, restart, unplug, replug speakers up to 14 times per day. I never had a problem with pulse. It just worked fine for me. But then they swapped to... I actually had issues early on with Pipewire. I made a video about it back then. But now that I've been on Linux for like 5 years, I'm literally never going back to Windows.
Now's our chance to kill the bastard.
Especially since I can play games on Linux.
Time for you to pay the piper.
If I couldn't play my video games on Linux, I would be on Windows. Now, granted, I'd probably be using something like Chris Titus's TinyWin.
Commencing test. All personnel must evacuate area. Commencing test.
Be a good boy. And keep the other pets company.
Red.
Looks like Red might need our help up there.
What the fuck? Oh, that's gonna be annoying. Oh, I already hate this.
Calling Let's do this.
Ow, fuck off. There we go. Okay. By the way, I often had an audio issue where the audio kept stuttering. After months trying to fix it, I found I need to switch to the low latency kernel. Oh, that's... I mean, at least you found the solution. Pop was the only distro I was able to smoothly run on my Alienware M18. It's a great distro. It's on LibreElec. I had lots of thought, but that was because I was there from the transition to also to Pulse. Well, also still there. Also still the main back-end kernel level thing.
Get out of here. What was that thing?
Where's Hojo?
Sorry, he got away.
Forget about him for now.
The least of which was needed to restart because Pulse didn't recognize the HDMI cable as an audio port. Well, yeah, if it was in the early stages, Pulse was the first time they tried to get something that was more, like, user-centric rather than being kernel level. So, of course, it's going to be kind of bleh in the beginning. What am I doing? Well, yeah, the kernel also uses ALSA. The issue with the desktop, though, is that ALSA only allows one device at a time. The device that is only output or input, which is why Pulse Audio was so rushed. Gotcha. But yeah, no, I use Pipewire now because basically everything uses Pipewire now. And it's pretty great. There's occasionally some issues with it. Like, I've had... audio just kind of crackle sometimes, which is kind of annoying. but they tend to fix themselves by the next update, so it's pretty fine. I do hope that they get it to a place where it is just absolutely rock solid, where there's just basically never an issue with it in terms of like audio input output. Because most of what it can do is fan-fucking-tastic. Like, all my different audio sort... Like, let's show my audio setup. So if we... Yeah, if we swap to desktop and I turn on... that, and I'll do... that, and move that to here. Here we are. Right here. Being able to manage all these audio devices and connect them to where I want to go with different inputs and outputs is incredible. I love being able to mess with this. So I've got like my USB device. This is my capture card as its own source that connects to there. So I've got my game, which connects to OBS. It connects to my headphones. And then the game itself, Final Fantasy VII Remake, goes to this game source that I made. And that lets me do independent captures to where, oh shit, Okay, we're back. I would love to watch a tutorial on setting up Pipewire, especially for VTuber use cases. There's nothing really specific VTuber that you would need to do. It would be more just streamer in general. But the main thing is just setting up custom sources. Which I am thinking about making a video on this software. What is it? I can't remember the name of the program is. Fuck, hold on. Is it Easy Effect? No. This is a small project. This is not a well-known thing. God damn it, where is it? Oh, wait. There's a Matrix chat for it. Sonus Mix. That's what it is. I don't have it installed anymore, I don't think. Damn it. Let's see. Oop. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah. The mirror of it on Codeberg. Sonobus? No, this. But this is what it is. Virtual devices. But yeah, let me just install this real quick. Oops, I don't want that one. Oh, why do we need... Oh, because I'm adding a source. There we go. It's working, Ren. I just wire plumber for that. Literally config file. The problem with that is that it's a config file. That's what I use as well. But a normal, everyday user installing packages in the middle of a stream, it's a flat pack. It's not going to break anything. All right, and now here we are. Yeah. Oh, cool. It's still in my config file. Apparently, I just uninstalled it and didn't realize it. But now with this, if I open up here, yeah, here it is. Test output. I can make virtual devices. Now, they only exist as long as this app is open, which is kind of annoying, but you can just minimize it and you're fine. But this lets you have a graphical interface for making virtual devices. Where the VTubing software not work. Yeah, I had to chroma key capture for some reason. But this way, all you gotta do is do this and name it. Test 2 Electric Boogaloo. There we are. And ta-da! You can make virtual outputs. I have a dream. I have a dream that one day every config file will be fully customizable from a GUI. That would be great. I don't know why no one makes stuff to do that. It's like, hey, just make a GUI that you click buttons and all the buttons are doing are pasting in stuff into a config file. And that's all it does. I don't know why that's such a complicated idea for people to do. It's nice for every wire plumber option in a GUI. The one thing that Microsoft nailed. Is that how they do it as well? I don't know any deeper stuff about Windows. But yeah, if I close that, then these virtual sources go away, which is kind of annoying. I wish they were permanent, but to let you have a graphical interface to make virtual inputs and outputs for stuff like streaming, where you can have separate application audio, you can have separate stuff. Now, there is also an actual application audio capture OBS plugin that you can use. Hi, Red Hat Enterprise Linux Guy 10 Lee. Jesus, that's a long ass introduction. What do they call it? Registry editor? Oh, yeah, I do know about registry editor. But yeah, there is a plugin to use Pipewire to just capture device audio directly that you can just get and install in OBS. I don't know how difficult or hard it is to install that because Nobara's build of OBS comes with it by default. But I know that's not a default plugin that OBS normally has. It is a plugin you have to add to OBS. I imagine on something like Ubuntu or an Ubuntu-based distro, it's just extract the files to the folder and you're done. Which can be scary for some people, but if you've modded a game before, which I imagine someone streaming is used to game modding as well, or at least adjacent to it, you're at the point of computer literacy that you should be able to figure it out without too much difficulty. That's not something I would expect someone who's brand new to be able to figure out, though. That is something that you will need to know about where stuff is and have to look up where stuff is and know how to search that information. So I'd still want to probably make a video about it. Now, if you're on Flatpak, if there's a Flatpak version, you can just install it from FlatHub from a command line. But command lines are one of the most terrifying things for new Linux users. Even though it really shouldn't be, I get why it is. For the longest time, I've avoided using command line stuff. I still tend to prefer GUIs for anything. If I have something I need to do, and there's a command line way to do it and a GUI way to do it, and they will both accomplish it, I will pretty much always choose the GUI way to use it 9 times out of 10. Just because it's easier to wrap my head around clicking a button than having to memorize exactly what to type. The difference being that new users think that if they type the wrong thing, everything's going to break. Experienced users know that if you type the wrong thing, it's going to say, hey, you were wrong, try it again. And that's it. But that is going to be it for talking about the audio side of stuff. We have a game to play. And don't worry, I'm going to keep being a fucking nerd, but we're just going to talk about other stuff while I play the game. Yep, Arch even insults me when I forget my password. How the fuck does Arch insult you when you forget your whatever. Yep. What the fuck? It's a config option in sudo to enable insults. Try again messages. We're gonna fight this, I'm assuming, mini-boss. Ow. What the fuck? Oh. Oh, come on. Ah. Oh. Okay, can we all just die? Get back to Linux audio. Way more interesting. What's up, Trefton? No, I found a project, Sonus Mix, that essentially is just a GUI for making virtual devices. It only works as long as the app is open, but that is a much easier way to do like virtual devices for like specific audio capture for streamers and stuff, or for other use cases. That doesn't involve like an OBS plugin or something. Because this way it'll work with whatever you're using. If you want to do like a specific device capture and you're streaming in Discord, which you're not using OBS for. Because apparently that streaming in Discord is fixed-ish. It seems like it was fixed and then it broke again, and then I think they fixed it again. Although it might have broken again. It's still experimental support, so stuff just breaks a lot. Or use Discord in a browser because the Discord app is spyware and dog water on Linux. I would definitely agree with the dog water. I use Desktop, which is a modified Discord web client that fixes literally every single issue that Discord has on desktop on Linux. It's so bad. And there's no excuse because it's fucking Chromium. Almost every issue would be fixed if they would just stop using their custom build of Chromium for Discord. Here? Oh, these are the rest areas. Got it. They did rebase to a new version of Electron, if I remember right. Yes, they did. And that's what initially kind of fixed the screen sharing with audio, but then I believe it broke again because it was only in Canary, so it's still kind of experimental. There are a couple of people at Discord that actually do care about Linux. It's just like 3 people versus the rest of the entire team. It's not just the custom build. They're using a form of WebRTC that's different than the standard. For reference, even Signal and Telegram use the standard WebRTC, but stripped down. God damn. Whoa! Hello. Yeah, the issue with all the problems with Discord, though, is that no one will fucking use anything else. Like, I have been trying for years to get literally anyone I know to use something other than text or Discord. I've gotten 3 people on Signal. In like 5 years, I have gotten 3 people to start messaging me on Signal instead. And that's it. That's all I've got. And one of those people is my mother. I don't even know how I managed to pull that off. That's how they do screen and audio sharing better, so it seems like willing maintenance burden. Yeah. Oh my god. Fuck this thing. Fuck these things. I have an easier time getting people to use good old-fashioned SMS. I miss the good old PHP forums. No real time, no video chat, but they work perfectly. I just want them to use something that's not unsecured messaging. Like, for fuck's sake, you're telling me, like, really personal shit sometimes. I don't want you doing it over a completely unsecured network or connection. Discord DMs are encrypted now, I think. It's a big trust viewer, but supposedly they are. No. No, Discord CEO went on record saying that they will not implement end-to-end encryption in any way. In court. I got my brother and mom to use Signal, so that's something for me. Yeah, I got my mom to use it. I got my manager to start messaging me on it, and I got my D&D DM, my friend Steven, to use it. But he's the only one out of the entire D&D group that will use it. Everyone else will only use SMS or Discord. And they just refuse to use anything else. Like, one of them, my buddy Matt, he said the sole reason why he won't use it is because I'm the only person he would message on it. Twitch is broken here. Me and Ash are here, and it says 1 viewer. Oh, it's because I'm multi-streaming to both here and YouTube. I just realized I'm still on the dumb screen when I was showing my desktop. There's the pretty one.
Found the entrance to the 4th ward.
Oh my god.
Lock it. They have to access the central terminal, which they cannot do from their position.
Maybe we can get to it instead.
Yeah, let's try.
Too bad the recent leaks give Signal a bad rep. The problem is the user. Yeah, no, the problem is not Signal's encryption. It's that the people using it were fucking idiots and added people to the chat that weren't supposed to be there. And then they got exposed for it. And then they did it again. Like, you fucking morons. How are any of you in a position of power when you can't do something as simple as don't add unrelated people to a private group chat? How the fuck are any of you in this? You should all be fired immediately.
Now it's my turn.
If you add a journalist to a chat about what are supposed to be classified conversations, you are immediately fired. That is a national security issue, and you can't be trusted. You should lose your ability to have access to that information. Because you clearly can't be trusted with it.
The professor still has plans for us, I presume.
For the record,
I don't think it's even a bad rep for Signal. The story wouldn't be the same. Would be the same if it was another platform. Yeah. Because the only real issue is the auto-delete feature. Or don't use consumer tech for super secret military stuff. Yeah, no. There are special government channels for these kinds of communications, and they just didn't use them. It's like you ignored all the rules and protocols that were in place specifically to prevent this. You need to lose your job over that. You're a bunch of fucking idiots. That is like OPSEC 101.
Nothing's gonna stop me.
It's like one of those parody spy movies where the villain is surrounded by morons. Yeah, no, it really does. And then you remember that it's real life, and then I get depressed. Because it's like, oh my god, these are our elected officials. These aren't even elected officials. These were the people just appointed by Trump. We didn't even choose them. It's like, wow, these are the people you choose. Really? We need to open door. Door number, I forgot. I think his signal was intentional, so their actions aren't recorded in government records, and their messages can't be deleted. Can be deleted to resolve them if it's counted. It's absolve, not resolve. Yeah, no, but that's exactly what they were doing. Remember, Trump used a Samsung S4 in 2016, and Obama used a BlackBerry. Wait, Obama used a BlackBerry? I didn't know that. That's kind of cool. God, I miss when we had more than just iPhone everything. God, rip BlackBerry. Biden had an iPhone. I think, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Everyone in America has an iPhone now. I work in phone repairs. Like 70% of every phone in America is an iPhone. It's absolutely insane.
now that's just me.
Die, you things. I don't know what you are, but you're trying to kill me, so I'm gonna kill you first. Nope. I held a flip phone until 2016. It was 8 years old. But good to see Pixel moving more in that direction now. My only issue with Pixels is that they don't have an SD card slot or a headphone jack, which are features that I still hold on to this day. So, like, I use a Moto G Stylus 2023, which somehow still has a headphone jack and still has an SD card slot.
Turn up the pressure.
And it can have an unlocked bootloader, which I did, and I rooted it so that I could manually remove all the Google services and manually install a replacement like Micro G, which is what I installed, which is Micro G. That process was awful, and I never want to have to do that again. I really, really hope that when this stops getting updates, there is a phone that like Lineage OS supports that has a headphone jack and SD card slot, because I do not want to have to manually de-Google a phone ever again. That is an awful experience, and I hated it. It was just a bunch of PM commands in ADB, right? It was that, but also I had to figure out what the packages were named, which was kind of a pain in the ass. I also had to, because you can't initially install stuff without a Google account, so then you got to go and get F-Droid, and then from F-Droid, then you got to install Aurora Store, and then once you have Aurora Store, then you can install the package name app, and then you can find out the name of all the apps, and then you got to write them all down somewhere, and then you can start running the uninstalled things, and you need to be rooted in order to have access to like actually remove them, not just hide them, because I wanted them like actually gone. But then I got to figure out which ones I can actually remove to do that, and it won't just break everything. There's Pixels now. Is that Google really wants the OSP closed source? Yeah, no, they really do. What about flashing a fork of AOSP? There is no version of AOSP for my device. So, like, there is nothing Lineage OS based or anything for this phone, which is why I had to manually do it. There were 0 custom ROMs for it whatsoever. But I had to have my headphone jack and I had to have my SD card slot, so I had to do stuff the hard way. Soon there will be no AOSP. No, as it stands, Android is still under an open source license. So there will still be AOSP versions. The development is just now behind closed doors, but they'll still release it. Because they use still a bunch of like GPL stuff, they can't make closed source.
Glad that's over.
Granted, I expect them to try to close source every single little piece they can over time. Daniel McCry said that that side of the ideas were largely exaggerated. Google's trying to hide development because they're getting tired of leaks. Why? The leaks are what build up the hype. I remember when I was really into phones, I fucking looked up everything I could about the new upcoming versions of Android. It made me excited to have phones that could do it. It was also where I got my first big spout of disappointment, which was on Android R was going to have a public RCS API, and then they removed that. And they pushed it back to... No, it was originally going to be Android P. And then they pushed it back to R. And then they pushed it back again and didn't say when. And now we're on like Android 15 and we still don't have a public API for RCS. And we probably never will.
Commencing test of augmented research specimen.
RCS is just a way for CDMA to control everyone. CDMA already controls all of your text communications because SMS and MMS is still the CDMA. Like, if you are using a phone for communication, you're going to be using CDMA technology. You can't get away from it.
Is that you?
Yeah, we found an elevator on our side.
Good. Glad to hear it.
But we can't
I'd rather
reach
it be
the
one that
facility.
can do, like, actual decent features and has a level of encryption.
We need to head to the 4th ward, just like he wants.
We unlocked
I'd
the
trust it about as much as you would
the
trust
elevator.
iMessage, which is
Wait for us there.
not great, but better than what I know is completely untrusted.
Right. Now we head back to that door.
No turning back. That's that. Let's go.
We made Wedge wait a while.
Guess so.
You know, he really likes you.
Maybe.
Friendly guy, but he has a hard time opening up to people.
Well,
Ooh,
that makes
nice
2 of
potion.
us.
He's got your back, though. Makes 2 of us.
What is this thing? You owe me a pizza? Why do I owe you a pizza? Oh, to mean Wedge does. Yeah, no, Cloud does owe Wedge a pizza. How do we get up there? Oh, probably the ladder. What the fuck is this?
You hear that?
No. Is that a chainsaw monster? What the fuck are you?
Blind fish spot here is trying to turn us into mincemeat.
There is no way an employees were designing and building this and didn't think, are we the bad guys? Sortipede. Oh my god, that name's amazing.
Ain't dead yet.
Oh shit. How the fuck do I fight you?
No escape.
Oh. That's how. Oh. Oh, what did I do? Oh, did I make it worse?
Damn it.
Oh, I was supposed to do that.
I think it's coming this way. There! How did... Ha! Bring it! Still it!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Get him!
Ow.
Hang in there!
How the fuck does that make sense?
Bingo!
There we go. There we go. Fight it. Fight it.
That's for you! Bring it! Gotcha! One more shot!
Spells. Lazara! Come on. Ow.
I'm just getting started. Not throwing in the towel.
Ow, fuck.
Man,
Also robotics. Put red LEDs within a robot's eyes. It causes it in case it ever turns evil. Yeah, no. I've hacked your machine. Why'd you change the color of the eyes so people know I hacked the machine? But don't you want people to not know that? Shit, wait. There is no way people designed this thing and thought, oh yeah, this will help our citizens. And definitely not, this is a machine meant for murder.
That's enough.
Again, you triumph. I'd be disappointed if you didn't.
I don't like you.
Yes, I believe I have just about...
You're a hacker, it's not a super one. What's the difference? Presentation! For once, I want a story where the final boss is an evil robot, and it turns out all of its actions were ethical and justifiable. You just need to negotiate. That's not bad. I just love this scene. It's like this giant door that opens by very clearly a pull motion, and they're just kicking it and whacking it with this big sword, wondering why it won't open. It's like, oh my god, you people are doofuses. I love you both, but you're both just absolute idiots.
all the data that I require. Then we are ready to proceed to the next stage. Huh?
Just play Nier. Which one? Like actual Nier? Drakengard?
Yes, we got it to work.
Which Nier? Nier Automata? Nier Gestalt? Nier Replicant?
Could this be a trap?
Don't worry.
They're trying to make Ren play Nier on stream for like half a century now. I'm playing Nier Automata just on my free time.
If you say so.
I only know Automata because Steam Play. Yeah, so the story of Nier is long and fucking convoluted. So it started not as Nier, but Drakengard. Then there was at the end of Drakengard leads into Nier Gestalt or Nier Replicant, which are both the same story but told slightly differently. Then there's a prequel. Then there was Drakengard 2, which is not canon. But there's also Drakengard 3, which is canon and is actually a prequel to Drakengard. And then Nier Automata, which is a sequel to Nier Gestalt and Nier Replicant. And also in between those two, there is a light novel and manga series. A prequel to Drakengard 3, there's a manga series. And then a prequel to Nier Automata, there is a stage play. And all of those things, except Drakengard 2, are canon to the story and key aspects of the story. And people say that fucking Kingdom Hearts is convoluted. Kingdom Hearts, you just have to get all the games and play them in order. Once you know the order, then it's fine. Nier's story goes to different mediums, some of which you can't experience anymore. Well, canon is in one of the canon endings. It's the story that is continuously through. Oh yeah, also these games have multiple endings. Some of canon, some are not. And yes, multiple endings are canon because branching timelines and bullshit.
Huh? Are we there already?
No, something tells me that we aren't. Call it a hunch.
I hear something.
All I know is Mikasa's Seiyu voice is 2B. Is it the same voice cast in the anime as well? Also, did the anime change anything about it?
Should we open it up then?
Because there's a Nier Automata anime. But we don't know if it's just a direct adaptation or if it's new, new stuff.
Hey, you guys.
Hey.
I love that. Hey. What are you guys doing?
Band's back together.
Band's back together.
Last time we got out here and made our way to the roof.
There's an elevator just over there.
Oh?
But it will move only at Hojo's discretion.
Yay! Which means... Hey!
Well,
Oh, the anime is another new canon ending? Okay, so it is actually different. It's not just a direct adaptation.
Fun.
Glad to hear he enjoyed the show.
We're still gonna murder him!
we're back again.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh. I really wish the anime would have been an adaptation of the stage play.
Who would?
Just so that there was at least an accessible medium to get that part of the story. Yokotaro wants two things: to be lewds in his inbox and for the players to suffer. Yeah. Yeah.
so what's above this floor?
The president's office, and then the roof.
They were just like, why was 2B designed that way? And literally Yokotaro's entire response is, I like hot women.
Right?
That's it. Just
The
based.
elevator back there can take us down to the central terminal again. Now's the time for any unfinished business.
Not yet. I want to look around first and make sure I'm not gonna skip any boxes. I think I got them all, but I just want to double check and make sure real quick. So I'm pretty sure I got all the ones from before. Okay, so this is where it was cut. Yep, you can see because it's angled. His sword cut through metal like it's butter. Watch the video of Akari Kito Nezuko has to do one of the various lewd impressions to see how unabashed men in Japan are. Oh god. Wait.
I'm ready to do this.
Have I seen that?
Let's go.
I feel like I've seen that in my recommended before. Did I actually watch that? Hi. So, I had to reboot. Everything's good now, but, we were gonna wrap up in a bit. XDG desktop portal KDE is what crashed. Wow. The main XDG portal is what crashed. That's kind of insane. Alright, I'm going to load and see where the autosave drops us off. Okay. Okay. It autosaved right before the elevator, so we're actually good. Yay! I'm probably just going to wrap things up early now since that happened. I'm going to have to log back into Twitch and YouTube and everything in order to set it all back up. Fuck, I got to sign back into YouTube anyway to actually end the stream. And I got to reconnect the chats. Fucking hell, man. Oh, this is such a pain in the ass now, even though it's really not that big a deal, all things considered. The boss is still reposting the chat messages back on YouTube. Yeah, no, that part's fine. It's just, it's setting all my stream stuff up again. Takes like 10, 15 minutes. And I was going to wrap up streaming in the next half hour anyway, so I'm probably just going to call it early. But in the meantime, I got to log back into YouTube. Because I'm the person that I don't have my browser remember logins. It auto clears all my cookies as soon as I start or as soon as I close the browser. Because there is a way for your accounts to be hacked where it steals the little browser cookie that lets you auto log in and uses that to get in. So I figured, can't steal a browser cookie that doesn't exist. Is that overkill for me? Probably. It's probably excessive, but I have a password manager that autofills it, and then I just copy and paste the two-factor from my phone because I've got that set up. So, I mean, the most complicated part is I type in my password manager password, and then I type in 6 digits for a 2FA. They can steal live cookies anyway, so not really doing much. Yeah, but I'm not going to be Well, no, I could be watching YouTube while I'm reading an email that has the phishing? Is it? Would it count as phishing? That has the malicious code in it. So that could be a thing. But there's also a chance that I could not be logged in at all at the time. Like I said, it's complete and total overkill, but it's the setup I have, and it was just a single setting to set up to be like, okay, well, that's one slightly less thing I need to worry about. If I didn't have a password manager to log me in, then it was meh. Doesn't Proton have a way to force HTML so this doesn't happen? By default, I think Proton blocks all like JavaScript and stuff like that in emails. But you can click a button that enables it on the top of, at the top of the email. Which, I mean, I generally just don't download stuff from emails, period. Unless it's like an email from my friend that, like, I know their address. Mostly because that address is saved in my contacts. Even then, if I wanted to really be safe, I should be viewing my email in, like, a virtual machine. If I want to be, like, absolutely super duper safe, but that's a lot of effort for me, who is not a big attack target for that. What I'm going to be hit with are the same sort of scams and stuff that are meant to trick, like, my grandma, that I'm personally not going to fall for. If someone wants to get me, they're going to have to put in actual effort. I can be fooled, but it's going to take effort for it to be done. You're not going to get me with just a massively spammed out sort of trick message. You're going to get me with something that you actually put in effort to really make it look legit. And then you might trick me. Again, I am not infallible. I am very much an idiot. I just happen to read the URL of stuff that comes to me. Which is the biggest giveaway. Use a different browser profile. I have 6. I do have other browser profiles. I should just do that, actually. I really should do that. I should have a profile for, like, streaming, so that it has my stream accounts set up. I once got phished because I was expecting a package that same day, had my credit card canceled and reissued that same day. Damn! No, I have been phished before, not to that extent. Mine was just losing access to some old accounts because I was a dumbass that way back when I was like 13, 14 used the same password for everything like an idiot. So yeah, those accounts are all gone. But all the times I fell for like scam emails and like stealing credentials and all that stuff, it was before I had a credit card that could be stolen. So luckily I learned my lesson quick enough before anything really bad happened. My mom got her credit card stolen before it even got to her, and my dad was scammed into buying a drone on Amazon. Oh, that hurts. Those drones can get really expensive too. God, it hasn't happened, but I know for a fact, my mom will get scammed at some point. Like, she is the perfect target. She does everything wrong in terms of, like, security for, like, her emails and stuff. It is a miracle she hasn't gotten scammed yet. It is just a matter of time. Like, I keep telling her how to prevent it, and she keeps not doing it. She is going to get scammed. She is going to lose all her accounts. She is gonna get her bank account drained in some way. And she just won't do the stuff to prevent it. Like, I keep telling her, you have Bitwarden on your phone. Use it to make your passwords. But I can't remember it. That's the point! They're supposed to be complicated so that they can't be easily guessed and hacked. Luckily, her Bitwarden password is one that hasn't been used anywhere, but I have to keep up with her Bitwarden password because she refuses to memorize it. It's one of these things that just, like, I know the day is gonna come where she loses, like, hundreds or thousands of dollars to some scam email. Wait, even my mom knows Bitwarden super well, and odds are she's a good bit older than yours. Probably. My mom is just also very stubborn. She doesn't want to learn something new, even if it is better. The fact that I managed to get her to use Signal, I will never understand how I managed to pull that off. But I will take what I can get. Because what is it? Because, like, I don't want her to get scammed. That's why I want her to do these things. I don't want her to lose all her money. I don't want her to go and buy some crazy thing off Amazon. But the way she treats her account security, it's going to happen. I can't keep preventing it when she refuses to do the thing to stop it. For politicians for using to discuss bombing country, it's probably good enough for us. Actually, I got her to use it before any of that ever happened. Granted, it was only like a month before it happened, but still. Yeah, we're just gonna chat for right now because I'm... God, look at this. Look at this. Oh. Okay. I don't have my VTuber app open, so we're not gonna... You're not gonna actually see me on the desktop, but... This is apparently what crashed, I think, because this popped up as soon as I logged back in. Retry. No, it's gonna fail. I don't even know how KDE even reads the automatic buffer. I don't either. Like, KDE is a project I trust enough that I'm fine with sending telemetry to help fix shit. To an extent. Like, on a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being no telemetry and 5 being telemetry for every single possible thing, I'd be comfortable sending, like, 3 or 3.5 for telemetry to KDE. Maybe even a 4. Okay, yeah. That figures. It never actually sends anything when I try to use those automatic bug reports, and I don't know what to write. I was playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, and my system screens went black. And that's all I know. I don't know anything else. I don't know what else to tell you, and I'm pretty sure you can't do anything with that information. Oh, I forgot that's a thing. Dude, that's a lot of stuff. Oh, that's not as much stuff as I thought, actually. The thing the last couple months have taught me is GNOME's method of doing Japanese support is way better than KDE's. It's been over an hour browsing setting. Might be a different lot. Yeah, it's probably in the one before the latest one. Because I did reboot my PC. Why does it say 12:44? That's not what time it was. But I didn't know that the Japanese character support was different among different desktops. I thought that was like a font system thing. That was just like the same across Wayland. Well, no, I guess that would be part of the compositor, which would be a part of the desktop on Wayland. I don't know. I haven't had a need for Japanese characters anymore, because any of the old games that I used to play where you'd have to set a Japanese locale, there's stuff I would run in like Wine now, and you can just add a Japanese locale to the Wine prefix, and then it's fine. But how are you going to watch Japanese TV variety shows? I don't. The Japanese media I consume is music and anime. I don't watch live TV. Granted, I don't watch live TV from America either, so... Well, that's not 100% true. There are a handful of live action shows I will watch, but they're like story-driven shows. Like The Boys, or actually, no, I think that's it. Did you watch the Chihaya Furu DVD I sent you? I don't remember off the top of my head. I know I started it. I don't know if I finished it. Only just started season 2. It just took 10 months. Of Chihaya Furu. I love Chihaya Furu. I've watched all 4 seasons. I really hope that we eventually get a season 5, but it's been like years now, and we've heard nothing, so I don't think we will. So what I really need to do is I really need to pick up the manga if I want to continue that story. Which I am planning to start reading manga again. I brought my tablet back out because I like to read on a tablet. But there's no good e-reader for like manga and anime, or manga and comic books. So it's like it's just an Android tablet. It's not like a e-paper e-reader like I would really like. Like I would love to get a what's it called? The Kindle color paper, which is a color ink display e-reader, which you can read like comics and stuff for it. Because it turns out you can hack a Kindle and remove all the Amazon crap from it and add a custom firmware thing that makes it way better. And it works on like every single Kindle ever made, which is awesome. Kotatsu from F-Droid. That's not what I use. I use a different, it's the same idea, but I use a different app. Mihon, which is a continuation fork of Tachiomi, which is what I used before. Or if I had the, I would love to buy some more physical manga instead of just getting digital copies. But I have no shelf space to put them all up on. I wish I could have. I wish I should get shelves. That's what I should get a bunch of shelves to hang up on my walls and just fill them with like manga and shit. Because as much as I like reading, what is my model? I don't have my model app open. There we go. This is just a PNG that I have with animations on it when I speak. So this is my fallback when I don't have my model app open. Hey, there we go. Okay, now I can hide this. There we go. Ah. You just set up Mihon with Obtainium rip. Obtainium's easy. As long as it's on GitHub. If it's on anything but GitHub, then Obtainium does get kind of complicated. But if it's on GitHub, you just copy and paste the link and you're done. Yeah, there we are. There we go. I set this up and I'm literally about to end stream, so I don't know why I did that. I wanted to download one game off of the Japanese Play Store and had to resort to APK Pure in Obtainium. It felt dirty. Oh, yeah, setting up something like APK Pure in Obtainium, that's a little more of a pain in the ass. Luckily for me, I don't have to worry about that. Hi, Link. I'm signing off. Also, my computer died. Not really. It just, KDE crashed. But, like, the entirety of KDE crashed. And I've only seen that happen, like, once before. The game was region locked. Yeah, I don't have to deal with that because I hate mobile games. So if the game released on phones, I probably am not going to like the game. So I don't even bother. Hence why I'm running this Moto G stylus, which was only slightly more powerful than my Samsung Note 9 I was using before. I may or may not have some questions for you. What is it? Graphene OS can kill the network, so pretty tame otherwise. Oh, I don't mean like network connection or online, offline play. I just mean the kinds of games that are on mobile. I just tend to not like them. They tend to just be really boring. Because I've got the question already related to our guide. I don't remember what to ask. So you know you need to ask me something, but you can't remember what. Just send it in the group chat then, on Discord. Just whenever you remember it, just send it in the group chat. Because I'm ending stream, but I'm not going to bed just yet. I'll still be up for like probably another half hour or so. But I am going to wrap things up now. So let's do all... Ah, shit. Wait. I'm not signed in. Hold on. Here we are. That's my website. I'll just ask here if I finally remember. Yeah, and if I'm still up, I'll answer it. If not, I'll answer in the morning. That's my website. That's got all my socials and shit on it. You don't have to just go to it. It's rogueren.net. I really want to use Nate's music on my streams. It's just like this background music. This background music I'm using right now, a friend made me. And I do like it, but it's not the style of music I would typically listen to. Wow, I'm gonna get an ad break right before I end, so we're gonna end here. But I'm gonna have to research and see if I can use Nate's music under his Netohan. I use the BGM and sounds literally every YouTuber in Japan uses. Yeah, you sent me the link for all those sound effects and the drawings that people will use in those videos, and I lost the link. I can't remember where I saved it. But yeah, no, Netohan, he released Nate Wants to Battle. It's his new stuff. I'll DM you on Discord. Cool. He released new music that he's just doing casually because he's no longer doing it professionally anymore because he's sold off his back catalog. He's like, cool, I got money to live off of. I'm just doing this for fun now. Also, I'm going to open a card shop at some point with my wife, which that's a cool project. But he had released instrumental versions of his like new songs, and I really want to use Good Luck Stranger, or Good Luck Out There Stranger. Is that what it is? Out There Stranger, Netohan. Good Luck Stranger. But yeah, I really want to use that as background music. Make peace with all of the demons in your mind, and all your searching shit that'll shogunai. It's all yours even if you don't want it. You can hide but there ain't no running. Ganbatte sutorenja. I can't even say it right. Sutorenja. Ganbatte surojenta. What? That is not even... That's not a word. Ganbatte sutorenja. There we go. Koe go gareta kimi no sugata wa. But anyway, I'm gonna head off. Good night, everybody.